Hello boys and girls, good to be back. Now, I'm going to open a beer. This is my second attempt at this. I normally don't bother. Why did I have to do this one a second time? Because the autofocus wasn't on and I was just blurry. I want you to see me in all my natural glory. Now, I was going to do the Nigel Farage and the Reform Party video. I put it on hold because stuff has happened, eh? I mean, stuff has gone down as in the last 24 hours. Angela Rayner. Gonna get some glue in me. Let's just do the titles. I'm not messing around today. We're getting straight in, so I'll just do my disclaimer.
We'd like to say that, in our opinion, it is not suitable for children or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
Right, so first one, when you're in power or in Parliament and you know the nation is really worried about all these boats coming into the country, all these rubber dinghies, you would not go out to, where's it, Hove-on-Sea or wherever it is, and go out in a fucking boat looking like a chav in a rubber dinghy. You literally, so this is where it all started with me this morning. This is literally, I woke up going, what the fuck? No, surely not, that's made up. No, it's not, it's real. So I thought, I'll just say what's the most common videos out there at the moment. And we got this guy called Silver Fox. He's got 100,000 views by subscribers. I've only got 100. Look how shitty his bloody program is compared to mine. You'll see it. Bloody Nora, you've got to start promoting me. I ain't got time, I'm too busy drinking. Yums killed Kenny. I need to get them to sponsor me. So basically we're going to have a look into that young lady, and we're going to start with this guy who is right and is also wrong at the same. Oh fuck, I had it on pause. Look, I've been waffling on as if it's a live show. I'm open for offers. Anyway, we'll start with that guy and we'll see how we get on. All right, we've got to get the facts right. You know, I always do my that's going to be a hot one. I always do my research.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. We're going to talk about dear sweet Angela Rayner, the little chippy northerner. Working class, mate. Working class. Working class. Class. Working class. Class. She had a little bit of a furore a year ago, didn't she? When it was revealed that she had 2 right to buy council houses. Greedy. And then she used to flip between the 2 from time to time, depending, I suppose, on who she was shagging at the time, maybe, allegedly. But then she sold one, but did she sell her main residence, or was it her other residence? And there seemed to be a question about any kind of stamp duty that would have been paid, or, sorry, capital gains tax that would have been paid on it. And then that was sort of hidden away. We've all forgotten about it. It's okay, we've all forgotten about it. Haven't we, Angela? And then she bought another house because, you know, it's nice to have another house because she's a little tired, you know. I mean, you never know, do you? And then she's got the house in London, you see, because you need that flat in London because she's an MP in London.
I'll talk about that flat.
No, it's down south, isn't it? Working class girl. And so she's got the house in there. Oh, and by the way, she's now got the nice 3-bedroom apartment in Admiralty Arch, or, you know, which is nice. I don't know if she's calling that her main residence now. I don't know what she's doing with the other residences. Is she selling them? Is she renting them out? Is she making any money from them? Is the taxpayer paying the council tax and the electricity costs on all these other houses? Who knows? But for a little working class girl, plus, you know, a chip on both shoulders, she's just spent £800,000 on a seaside apartment. Nice, down in Hove. Lovely. And of course that's where she was pictured over the weekend wearing her very expensive dry robe. About £300 a time they are, you know, but 800,000 on a little apartment by the sea, because it's hard work, you know, it's hard work being working class, isn't it? You need someone to go holiday. Yeah. And so there we go. Will she be paying the 100% extra council tax on all these other properties?
Of course she will.
Which property is she going to claim is now her main property, which is the one that she's going to claim all the money on? which is the will she be claiming all the extra 100% extra council tax on all these properties? It's not bad, is it? What's even worse though is there's a housing shortage in this country, and our housing minister is working very hard to try and cure this, and is very angry that people buy more than one house. Who's our housing minister again? Do remind me. Oh look. Thanks a lot. Bye.
He has a point. He's got things wrong. I don't like assuming that she's having an affairs. That's why she's got these different. That's not even. He's not even a journalist. He's not even done his research. Because as it stands today, that woman owns 2 properties, right? Literally 2 properties, and that was the second property. But she lives in a 3rd property, which he was right about. You know where I'm going, eh? She's got a property that's paid by the taxpayers in London. It's a Parliament House apartment, and you pay for it while she's out swanning around buying 2 more houses. Shall we have that young lady on? So all the misinformation is already coming out. They're twisting it, aren't they? They're racking it up, but they're not wrong when it comes to Shelns to...
Did she really think that she could get away with this? Angela Rayner, the housing minister who hasn't built any homes, and the deputy prime minister in a government that is currently trying to clamp down on evil second homeowners, has just shelled out a whopping 800 grand for a new swanky pad by the seaside, which is not just her second, but is in fact her 3rd home. Does that look working class to you? I think it looks pretty fancy if you ask me. She's moved up in the world. This is one of the bedrooms. Again, looks absolutely lovely, given that she's got 3...
Can we just pause there? Look, she is sponsored. If you see sponsored, she's rambling on. So what that this is a nice little apartment? Why wouldn't it be? What do you expect that working class girl going to buy a 2 up, 2 down with outside lavatory? What the fucking fuckery fuck? Everyone that's working class aspires a little bit more, don't they? Most do. I did. I got out of working class, although I'm proud of my working class roots with my mum, my father, my grandparents before them. All right? So to attack her for actually doing better for herself is not the way forward. Apart from being in a dinghy, buying a second home, after she's putting taxes up and putting all asylum seekers in homes, it's just good entertainment for people. Oh, I found it funny. Let's just finish her off, shall we? Get rid of her.
And that she's got 3 bedrooms there. I think, you know, of course we can all assume that she'll be giving out for free the spare room to some of the migrants that desperately need housing now.
Oh, for fuck's sake. That's even a low dig, isn't it? So we're going to have a look at, you've got to have a look at her finances and see what she actually owns. You've got to do the research, haven't you? These people just don't. This was going to be an overlay. I'm not even doing it today. I'm just going to run this as it is. You can't make that shit up, can you? What the fuck is this woman thinking? Or is it that she doesn't literally give a shit anymore? I wouldn't personally, so we're going to stop there. I wouldn't personally... Oh, stop. I wouldn't personally... Les, you're not doing your fucking job properly. Why have I got the controls and I moved the camera? Fuck, I'm going to sack you. He's real, he's real. He is real. So, Angela Rayner shells out 100,000 for a 3rd home. No, it's not. It's a 2nd home because you pay for the 3rd home. I'm laughing because I don't pay for it. Blah, blah, blah. Turns the screws on second home owners, prices. Yeah, I get all that. I get all that. And she buys a swanky because she can't afford it, right? So why can't she afford it? So we've got to have a look at why she can afford it, you know? So you have to look into your research. And I didn't do a lot this morning. I really didn't have to do an awful lot to find out where she gets her money from. I did, and I do wonder, because she's worth about 1.4 million. Okay, so this is her, she's the 2 properties she owns now. So her base salary is 93,904 quid per year, paid by you so she can do her job. But she's got an extra job while she's doing her job. And her total now income each year is around about £160,000 because she's got another job on top of her job, ministry role, secretary of the housing committees and local government. So they give her another title, and she's now on about £159,000 per year. I do say, if you're on £159,000 a year, your husband doesn't work, he doesn't. I did my research on him. He actually is the home dad, looking after their kids. Why not? I'm all for that. I had mates that had done that. But I sort of figured on, she's only just been in a year. Her properties combined are worth 1.4 million. One she bought for 360,000 a few years ago. Now the property prices have gone insane, of course, and plus this one, it's 1.4 million on a salary base of that, plus obviously that, because she's basically double dipping, isn't she? She's getting her salary for being Prime Minister's second in charge. She doesn't get any extra money for that. So when she came in and Keir Starmer says, "Do you want to be Deputy Prime Minister and fuck it up with me?" And she said, "Yeah, I'd love to." "But you're not getting extra money." "Really?" "Yeah." "Okay. Right, you got the job, but I'm now going to make you ministry role for Secretary of Housing Committees and Local Government, which will bump your money up to around about 159,000 a year." "Cheers." "Do I have to do any extra work?" "No, you've got ministers and you've got secretaries and people and you've got civil servants to do that. You'll just get an extra salary." You can't make it up, and it's fucking true, honestly. So let's carry on, shall we? I think that's the end. It needs to be. It keeps me sane. So there you go. Oh, I don't need to pause it now because it's done. More glue. Oh, got the lid on. Oh, fuck. I always wonder, glues, right? Why they never stick to the lid if they're supposed to stick everything, and now this one is stuck. So anyway, just recap. Angela Rayner now bought a second property. She shouldn't have done this. This was just absolutely blatantly stupid of her. Her spin doctors would be now trying to find a way out of this. They'd be trying to find a way out of the second home, and rightly so, because she hasn't got 3 homes, she's got 2, and you still pay for the third one in London. Everything's paid for, even the heating allowance, everything's paid for, all of it. And then I don't even talk about how they get concessions for all that rich food that they have in the Houses of Parliament that you pay for. You can't make it up. Now, no, I didn't do a cut, that's just me acting. So I got down here to finish off on. I've not got no pictures because she's just a horrible woman. You know Rachel from Accounts, you know Rachel Reeves. Katie Hopkins called her out because she's just from Accounts. She was in the complaints department in a bank. She has no background in finance. So guess what she's done in the last year? Bear in mind, 3 months ago, in this room through there in my green screen, I did a review on what we owe individually in different countries. So here in this country, which we're now up to about $500 billion, and there's only 5 million of us, and it's rising. In the UK, it was 2.5 trillion pounds that you, every man, woman, child, baby, if you percentaged it out, owed £49,000. So as a baby comes into the world, apart from all the Muslims who have an average of 7 per family who go, oh, we'll just claim off the state, the rest of you are paying for that deficit. But that 2.5 trillion pound has just gone up in the last year under Rachel Reeves by 200 billion, while they're chucking all this fucking money around in other countries. You, not Rachel Reeves, you, not the government, you owe another 200 billion pound in the last year that she's borrowed and fucked around and fucked away. Now, finally, just think about it. It's sort of, someone described it the other day, didn't he? Basically, or I was watching some guy the other day saying, basically we work for the state, they don't work for us anymore. And it's true. All them old science fiction films, 1984, all of that, it's all coming true, isn't it? So finally, on good news, Lucy Connolly freed. Should never have been in there in the first place. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but have a look at some of her interviews. She's very gracious about it. I think she's more bewildered than angry about how she became a political prisoner in the country where, did you know her husband is a Conservative councillor? Honestly, you can't make that shit up, eh? I'm not going in the details who she is. You've done all that one with. I've done all that one. But the nice bit is that she's actually got an invite to see President Trump. Like or hate him, and I'm just going to go back over this. When he was last president, he stopped all Americans being killed in the Middle East. Biden got back in and it all kicked back off again. Biden also kicked off the Ukrainian war, didn't he? And he got Boris Johnson. He was Prime Minister at the time to go over there and stop the ceasefire. That Boris Johnson has just come out and talked about it again. The man's a fucking total idiot. Do your research on Boris Johnson, what he just said about the Ukraine war. When he literally went to Ukraine to stop the ceasefire. It's true. So Lucy Connolly, I hope she becomes good friends with Donald Trump and he falls sort of in love with her as a human being, because she seems a very, very nice, humble lady, and she literally can talk to that man about how people are now in the UK political prisoners. And she said she's sent a lot of them in there. How she was treated as well. Some she said were good to her. Then the other one, she said she was sobbing on the floor. They put handcuffs around her, right? So then you've got your elbows up. That's going to hurt as it does. And then they lifted her elbows up, and she said the more they lifted my elbows up, the more it hurt. So the more I screamed, so the higher they lifted it up. That's torture. She didn't say that, but it is torture. The more you're screaming, the higher they were lifting her up. So that's your scapula. That's really, really pulling heavily. Political prisoner that was tortured in a way. And she's still humble about it. I'm glad she's out, and I hope now she gets a group together, because she's got momentum, hasn't she? And I hope that momentum grows, all this free speech that's been eroded, and she's now hopefully going to congregate round all these other people that have either been released or still in prison because of free speech. She said, and I didn't realise, because all the newspapers, didn't they? The newspapers turned around and said, oh, she said, burn all the hotels down. Only 40 people saw that, but it wasn't like that. She said, for all I care, burn those hotels down. For all I care. That's just, oh, for fuck's sake, for all I care, they can go fuck themselves. You know? Do you know what I mean? And that was her statement. Then she deleted it, but someone had already cut and pasted it and put it somewhere else. So it wasn't her paste, it wasn't hers anymore. It was some other person that actually cut and pasted it somewhere else. That person should be done, because they were the ones that just kept pushing it out. Injustice. But it ain't just injustice, is it? It's literally media spin. Look at them two idiots. They had a point and one took the... Why? I've only got 100 subscribers and he's got bloody 100,000. He just sits there like a big fat slob going, whoa, 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 whoa. He might as well have a beer in his hand and look like a big fat slob. What? It's therapy. Anyway, that's it for today. I've done my bit. I just believe when looking at that photograph, they have so lost touch with their electorate. They've so lost it. As either they've lost it, they have now removed themselves, or literally they don't give a shit. You get me? Anyway, Charlie says, you have a good weekend, folks. It's only Monday here, but you might actually get to see it by Sunday. Take care. Was that all right, Liz? What do you mean, no, it was a lot of shit? Well, you didn't fucking help, did you? You didn't have the button. I had to move everything, you fucking arsehole. Oh, sorry. Charlie says they're all a bunch of cunts.
Could be wrong. I could be wrong. Oh, God, blimey.